Lay your blame and walk away. Your integrity don't mean shit. Follow me, a fucking parasite, and I'm gonna take you out.
Alright everyone, this is Fiction.
And I'm Fido.
And this is Gray.
And unfortunately we are missing a member here today, which is why we're doing this segment. We are going to be playing Call of Duty Black Ops, the Zombies edition. And we're going to, see how long we last. And, hopefully throw out some tactics out there for you with some commentary right now from Gray. And of course, we're also going to do one where Gray is actually going to be playing too. And we'll let you know when that happens. So, here we go. Basically, what's going on here is that, really, there's more of a story to Zombies than you think if you played it from World at War. One thing is that they made a big thing out of the Tunguska site, the meteor falling out of the sky, and they made it a big old problem and everything like that. Then they have one of the Nazi, I wouldn't say concentration or death camps, but it's one of the scientific experimentation camps, and that's just on some of them in there. And in this one, they have, as I will show you here, the maps. Well, I don't know what's wrong now, but they have Kino Der Toten, which is okay. I can hear that rain. It's pretty cool. But now, one thing Kino is that you are holding up inside of a hotel, not a hotel, a theater, and of course, there's nothing but an onslaught of undead zombies. And there's also a story to Kino as well. There's a lot of Easter eggs and a lot of weird things. We'll try and point them out here as well. Try and get through the sound of this rain. I'm sorry, but god damn, Mother Nature.
If you hear that continuous rapping outside, it's just the rain.
Or the zombies banging on the door. Yeah, or it's just the zombies banging on the door. But yeah, it's coming down pretty hard here. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Kino also has a story, lots of Easter eggs. We'll also try and get the radios, as I haven't gotten them before. But another thing is that 5 is the map that you play as right after you finish the campaign, which is you take the roles of McNamara, which is Secretary of Defense. You play as Fidel Castro,
Kennedy and Nixon.
ex-President Nixon, and President Kennedy. And there's not really as much a story in 5 as there is in Kino, but you pretty much get the idea.
And Dead Ops, we're not gonna worry about that.
Yeah, Dead Ops Arcade, it's more the dumb little shits and giggles game, so we're not gonna worry about that. So here we go. We're going to be playing Kino, and as you will hear, there will be a little monologue from one of the characters you play as, Edward Richtofen. I don't know if you can hear it, but we'll try.
Hold the key to the real goals of Group 935. I still do not trust my unconventional allies, but they are of great use to me. But I digress. Who would have thought the MDT was capable of time travel? How many stations does this group have? Where did that little girl disappear to? Only time will tell what new questions await us in this theater of the gas.
And if you're wondering, the regular Z.I.A. account is Fiction, and
Maybe someone should go turn on the power now.
I will be playing the bottom screen, and Fiction will be playing the top screen.
So here we go. This is our first attempt.
And if everyone doesn't know about the song, we'll tell you how to do it right now.
Yes, as you can see, when I went over here to the I will shoot off a few rounds. That's me, Fiction. And like Gray over here said about the song, to get the song, you must activate 3 meteors over here. And really, it's pretty much, it's a really awesome song. Lana Sigmund, if you guys don't know her.
Oh, and if you're wondering, her songs are now on iTunes, which is very good.
Yeah, she'll probably get out there more because, she's a lot more of a great artist than she is, on Call of Duty and everything like that.
And her new song, which is on the new Ascension map, is called Abacadabra. It's actually a really awesome song. I think it's preferably better than 115, which is on Kino. That's what you're playing on.
And when Fiction over here, when he gets the map pack in March.
Yeah, since I have a PS3, not a 360. 360 users got Ascension beginning of February. The PlayStation 3 owners are going to get Ascension, what has been rumored to be early March, if not early the beginning. And as soon as I get that, I will also post some videos on Ascension. As far as Ascension comes along, I know a lot about Ascension already just by, you know, watching YouTube, of course. And that is there's a lot of Easter eggs in here. And as Fido over here has mentioned, the song Abracadabra, which, you know, it's a really good song. And, you know, we'll post a way to get that as well. They have a total of 6 radios. Where in Kino here, you only have 2. They have a total of 6 radios. They have little dolls of all 4 of the characters, and the Matryoshka dolls. There's a lot of more weapons.
Another 2 new weapons are the Matryoshka dolls, which is basically a doll inside of a doll inside of a doll. And what they are is that when you toss it, it releases about 5 or so dolls, and each one is a separate grenade, and so there's basically a chain reaction of 6 grenades going off. And there's also another weapon called the Gersh device.
It's our favorite weapon of all time, the Gersh
which
device.
is actually like a black hole kind of device. You throw it, toss on the ground, and it releases a black hole that zombies are actually sucked into. And if you jump into it, you automatically go back to the beginning of the map, which is actually really helpful. And there's also things called landers, which also are like acts as teleporters, and helps you get back to the beginning of the map again also.
Yeah. And pardon me failing right now. I like the knife more than I like the shoot. I'm sorry about that.
a little lucky.
So I will actually hold off on the gun for now. As this isn't online, so you can't get the maximum 4 players. Basically, what you want to do for the most part, at least until maybe the highest round 5, is you want to try and see how long you can go without buying a weapon. As you can see, you know, I'm not doing so well without it, and you know, I'm glad that Fight over here has a weapon.
The Olympia is actually pretty nice to have early on because you've seen a couple times, it's usually a one-hit shot if you can hit him in the upper torso or the head. And if not, then, like, here's an example. 1-shot kill right there.
If not, you can get the M14, which I like, for fucking long range, just in case when your teammates are down, you can kill them all.
Ammunition on the house!
And it has like 8 shots in each clip, so...
Another good tactic to do on the first 2 or so levels, if you don't have a shotgun, is pull out your pistol like I got up the show, shoot a zombie a couple times, when he comes up, knife him, and what happens is that you'll get points not only for shooting him, but you get points for knifing him, so you'll basically get double the points. It's usually a good tactic if you're willing to kind of bargain a little and try to take that course.
And one thing you want to do is you really want to utilize the use of your grenades in here. As you can see, I've killed them now, unfortunately. But up here, as I'm on the top screen as Fiction, as you can see, I've created a crawler. You really want, those are essential in zombies, because as you can see what I'm doing right now, I am repairing a barrier. And that not only gets you points so you can get things in the mystery box or more ammo or the gun off the wall, whatever you might need to get, but you know, it can let you explore the map more, you know, pretty much get yourself situated, make sure you got everything ready to go for the next round. And you know, like I said, utilize your grenades to the best of your abilities. Like I said, you know, another thing is that I've fairly learned kind of, which is kind of a noob on my part, but you want to cook your grenade a little bit. I'd recommend holding it for 3, maximum 4 seconds. You toss it to the nearest group, because instead of waiting, you know, like almost an eternity just to have it explode and kill at least, you know, a good number of the zombies, when you cook it and toss it off, it'll pretty much do the trick.
But here's the tip: if you do it wrong, he bleeds out.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, they'll bleed out. You know, unfortunately.
Also, try to throw it down more towards the zombie's legs. Don't just like toss it out randomly, because you'll probably end up injuring his top body, and that'll knock his head off sometimes.
Oh, and if you're trying to like keep a crawler and trying to do whatever route you're gonna go, top or bottom, and if you see a nuke, you have a crawler, do not get it.
Because that automatically kills him and so on.
I don't. Okay. one strategy you'd want to work out is
Stay together.
that also, but one thing that, you know, is kind of, I wouldn't say weird, but one thing is that come, you know, times where you need to open the mystery box, you know, as we unfortunately will not be able to, but, okay, I pretty much screwed with you. So, basically, as we have failed here, but one thing you'd want to do is that, you kind of want to open up the top because for some reason it likes to be in the top, and you know, like I said, you'd want to open up the top, or wherever you are, wherever the horde's coming.
Right now,
Just like
the bottom screen is being replaced by gray instead of me, myself, and just Fido.
How's it going?
And then the top is still fiction as always, so.
Now, like I said, the one way you can figure out where the meteor is if you hear this noise, and like Gray has said while me and Fido were playing,
It's like part of the meteor.
as you can see, he'll let you know, okay, that's part of the meteor, and what that does is it unlocks the secret song, which in Kino, it's 115 by Lana Sigmund. I know there's nothing but a Lana Sigmund songs in World at War. I believe the one for Shino Numa is Dead Man's Lullaby.
Yeah.
And the one for Darius is Beauty of
That's my
Annihilation.
all-time favorite song.
And Verrucht is the one, I believe.
No. The one is for Darius, I think.
Darius? No, Beauty of Annihilation is for Darius. All we know is she has one out there that's used for a zombie map called The One. And we believe it's either for Verrucht or Kino Der Toten. We're not very clear on that one yet.
Another good strategy to set up if you have more than 2 players is usually in the first room there's about 4 or so windows. A good strategy to have if you have 4 people is have those 4 people covering each single window. That way you won't get overrun like we just did in the first round. And another good thing is that if you have 3, try to implement the same thing. Like have 2 people on one single floor and the more experienced a third more experienced person on the top floor per se that could cover both windows if needed.
Yeah, and pray to God you don't get the, you know, retards out there. They like to, you know, kind of throw nades at other people's windows, you know, kind of go in their windows and, you know, try and steal kills while, you know, it leaves their window, you know, vulnerable to, you know, being attacked and barricaded and everything like that, you know, which obviously is not good. You don't want that. Because your knife only works to certain capability. Because as you can see, you know, as the rounds progress, that's basically how many stabs it's going to take. And no, we're not saying once you get, you know, fortunately, if you get to round 24, that's going to take 41 stabs, you know, just to get the guy down. You know, the highest that I've cut somebody on a high-numbered round, you know, I have to say it was probably 8 times. But when you start off, the first round, it's, you know, 1 stab, 1 kill. Second, 2, third, 3, fourth, 4. Sometimes 3. They vary. So you want to utilize your knife the best you can, and also your grenades.
And the worst thing you do when you play a retard is they hog the box. And when your Charon goes, you usually get the teddy bear.
Yeah, because one thing you want to do if you're lucky enough is to get the box without the bear. To get the box without the power. Because the power will unleash, you know, the real crawlers, which really
Annoying.
They are. I mean, they're not so easy to kill, but they're all right to kill. And what it is that they unleash Nova gas when you kill him. So right now, me and Gray over here. Sorry about that. Me and Gray. We're gonna go open up the top door.
Excuse me, thank you.
And
Now I can keep
grab
Got
the
this, but
next one.
away from me. Well,
And there's different perks and different qualities about each gun. Like the M14 here has like really superb power and a large clip, but sometimes if you're under pressure, you can actually drain that clip pretty quickly, and it takes a while to reload it. Like with the Olympia that I just had on the first round, you can usually, I mean, it reloads pretty quickly, but you can also have once if you're lucky with your shots.
Watch out.